I guess I'm recording this explanation of the EP at the start of the project to manifest actually getting it published onto Spotify and Apple Music and all of the streaming services.
Conversations leave me dazzling and confused, and I am left to wonder how I'd feel in her shoes. A flame kept on, he's left to burn, and so for him I yearn. His love I'll never earn, so he will never learn.
This isn't going to matter to anybody besides the person that I wrote this EP and particularly this song about. Or unless you're an anime fan and that's going to be your only hint.
Tied in his rope, it pulls it so damn hard to let it go. But I know I shouldn't covet what's not mine.
Dude, this song is so good. This song is getting me.
The
story's kind of giving me goosebumps a little.
Yay!
Because it's like riding that balance of like, I'm trying to be good, I'm trying to go the straight and narrow, but temptation's there, but it's like, it's very relatable. Who hasn't had things that they felt that way about?
Yeah, and you know what's the backstory of this is I started writing it in April of that year, and I intentionally was like, I'm finishing this in April, because the guy that I wrote it about introduced me to an anime called July in April, and it fits all of the themes that come up in this song, so I was like, I have to finish this for the poetry in April.
And the reason it took me the whole month to get this song together is because I had a version of the verse, particularly the second verse or the third verse, whatever, that I did not want to let go of, but that was not working. Okay, I'm just gonna.
He tells me his secrets and I tell him mine. I can't stand this feeling when he looks in my eyes, but reality's better than the lies that I play in my head, so I hold back on telling.
All right, hi. I am currently going through all of the tracks, all 8 of the tracks, with no mixing. I was really worried at first because the first 2 songs, Covet and You Don't Know, I was really like, there was a lot of my vocal that was bugging me in them. We have been trying to do them straight. I have sung these songs so many times each over the past year, over the past 8 months. That's my litmus test for how good these songs are and if I think they're ready to release is, am I cringing? Because when I first brought these songs to Phil, I was cringing all the time and I was self-deprecating and I was kept saying that like, I know I suck. I'm trying to get better and better and better. And I have gotten better and better, but I'm trying to self-deprecate less and less because that's not helping. Why would I come to this guy and be like, I know I suck, but let's make this. Like,
How I'm feeling, my mind is oh, hello?
I'm very much an albums bitch. I love an album that has like a full methodology to it, a full story that weaves and ebbs through each song. So it was really important to me to come up with a concept that weaved through every single song, and every single song sort of led into the next one, and you could pick out lyrics from one song and it would be very obvious that it connected to another one. And just having the EP be an actual story.
Tragically, he'll never set those eyes on me.
Or maybe that would have to be in the bridge. I don't know. Hello, hair. All natural.
He's in love with someone else. Already plans to stay with her forever. She's really sweet, they were meant to be together. I will be hero by myself. Troubled in these many feelings I've known. I think I really need to spend some time alone.
I finished everything except the first 2 lines of the song. And I was like, okay, well, tomorrow's going to be the 30th. It's going to be the end of the month. It's only 2 lines. I'll figure it out when I get home. And then that morning on my way to work, all of a sudden my bus starts swerving like really bad. Like we almost ended up going backward. That's how bad it was swerving, and we were all pretty sure like we were going to hit something really hard and possibly get hurt, and I figured I was gonna fucking die. I was talking to my coach about it the next day once everything was over, and she said that as long as one person on that bus had a reason to keep going, then that bus was not going to crash, which it did not. We were fine, but it was just... Obviously, every person on that bus had a reason to keep going and had things that we all needed to accomplish. But for me, one of the things that I still needed to do was finish this fucking song because I still had 2 lines of it that weren't done. So as soon as I got home that night, I sat at my keyboard and I didn't leave until I finished those 2 fucking lines, which I think it only took me like 30 minutes to do it. It just felt like this song had been touched by angels. I don't know if I believe in angels, but it just felt like this song has been touched by angels. There's just something about this song that has power behind it.
For now, just to kind of conserve your vocal powers, your superhero powers, let's just err on the side of just gentle, just gentle throat. Okay, you can work this out as much as you want, but just keep this really relaxed. Pretty much all. Even when you go for the bigger high notes, try to croon them. You can have power though. And actually, Alien Mike likes you. He told me.
Wait, what?
Alien Mike.
Oh.
See, we put googly eyes on him.
Yeah, I
He
saw
looks
that.
like an alien.
It's Everything Everywhere All at Once vibes.
Yeah, right. It is that. It's exactly that. Right? Alien Mike.
Once you hear the rest of the EP, once things ended, you come back to the song and you're like, oh, yeah, there were red flags all up and down that song.
It's pitiful, I know, I just can't seem to let him go. But I know I shouldn't covet what's not mine.
And now we have the bane of my existence. It makes sense to me that these 2 songs are the ones that I'm struggling with the most. A, because they are opening up that EP. I refuse to like switch the order around because the storyline wouldn't make sense otherwise. In fact, when I started this project, before I brought it to Phil, it started with You Don't Know and then went Covet and the rest of it. But then I switched them because I had a few people listen to You Don't Know and they either loved or hated it. But it makes sense that these 2 are the banes of my existence because these are supposed to be the songs that are 2 sides of the same coin. Covet, she's just flat out denying how delusional she is. This idea of being into somebody that you shouldn't have or you shouldn't be into is, I'm not going to say biblical, it probably is, but it's a tale as old as time, literally. As long as there have been people feeling this way. I'm not the first one. I'm not the last one. I can't have them for X, Y, and Z, but I want them anyway. Just this idea. And covet is just the perfect word for that.
As we move along, we're trying to take it just slightly more seriously every take we do. So.
Yes. This is already a dream come true for me with the headphones and the...
Right?
Yeah.
And also, you're doing so great. So, like, normally we have to maybe, go, okay, what are we doing right now? How are we going to do this? And I'm sure we will get to those points, too. But at this point, it's like you're just doing so good. Just sounds great.
But at the time that I wrote Covet, it was the best song I had written at the time, and me and Katie both agreed that it was. We were both, immediately as she heard the song, it was like, yep, this is the best song you've written so far, and I was so proud of myself because I was like, yep, this is a dope song. Like, I could see other people listening to it and just, bawling to it. So as long as, the performance of it is done well, so I just very proud of this song overall.